Oh my god, Spiders just released their New Game Plus DLC update information. I am so excited to be able to deliver to you guys the 5 W's about what's going on with this DLC so that you can jump right back into game. At the end, I do have a couple opinions and some questions that I would like your feedback on as well. In addition to that, if you guys have any kind of comments or feedback to provide me in order for our channel to get better, I would love to hear them down in the comment section below. Also, go ahead and hit this like button if these guys are very helpful for you, and that subscription button, it doesn't hurt to subscribe. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's just go ahead and get right into this video. So for those of you who are new to these styles of games, what is New Game Plus? So New Game Plus in its simplest forms is essentially a chance for you get to play through the game once again, except this time you keep your levels, you keep your weapons, and you keep your upgrades, but the game becomes more difficult. You get to earn different rewards as well, and this time you also get to try out different builds, because a lot of times you start off with one build and you put your levels into that build and it just gets all types of different combobulated and you end up playing one play style. This is your chance to play different play styles and different builds. So when is this New Game Plus update coming out? September 29th is when New Game Plus will be coming to Steelrising. I am extremely excited. So it's a feature that will allow you to play the game again. It resets all your quests, but on a much higher difficulty, which, like I said, allows you to keep your character progress. It's absolutely amazing. Who can play this game? So if you own the game, you can access the New Game Plus. The only thing is, obviously, because it is a second playthrough, you have to have completed the first playthrough. So once you finish this playthrough, you are very free to go ahead and play the New Game Plus. Where can you access the New Game Plus? Because right now it's not in the menus, you don't see it anywhere. However, once the patch goes out for New Game Plus is when you'll be able to actually download it as a patch when it actually goes live. Now, once again, like I said, you do have to have completed the game in order to access it. However, it will be an option once you finally complete the game if you've already went ahead and downloaded it afterwards, which I know some of you guys are still kind of cranking on your journey, just like me, to finish the game. So what will the New Game Plus bring to the game? Why should you play it? And what do you get from it? There'll actually be exclusive New Game Plus weapons, and particularly there'll be 4 of them, which I'm very excited about, because playing certain other games, I really haven't noticed any additional New Game Plus weapons that are only New Game exclusive. I've seen every weapon in the first playthrough, but you can get them a second time in the second playthrough, or so on and so forth. But this is really exciting. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Now, addition to that, the new weapons, you also be able to get a New Game Plus outfit that is also exclusive only to New Game Plus. But most importantly, one thing that they're basing this New Game Plus around are the enemy variations. So they're changing some of the enemy variations, giving new ones, I want to particularly say. In addition to that, they're also going to be changing some of their skins, changing some of their weapons, and most importantly, I cannot wait for the new enemy movesets, because the enemy movesets right now are pretty sick, and I'm very excited to get the chance to see more. What else will be coming with the patch besides content? So they will be balancing out a couple different things. One of the first things they'll be balancing is that overpowered, amazing Ice Musketeer. I'm not too sure what particularly they're going to be balancing with it or patching with it, but if I had to guess or assume, they might bring it down just a little bit, and I'll talk about that why. In addition to overpowered weapons, they also will be bringing a patch or balancing patch to the grenades and ammo. Addition to that, they'll also be patching out some of the bosses, mostly probably to remove some of those cheesing strategies that a lot of you have found already. So stay tuned for those. But in addition to that, they'll also be fixing a lot of different things to the main game. So here's why I wanted to talk a little bit about my opinion of kind of this entire reveal, about this entire DLC, this entire update. I think that is great. I think that is actually great. And first thing I think is great because is it actually gives players a reason to New Game Plus. In a lot of other games, a lot of players don't New Game Plus because there's not really many reasons. A lot of them say, what's the purpose of playing this on a harder level, especially these Souls-like games where it's already difficult enough the first playthrough, and you probably put a lot of time in the first playthrough exploring everything, reading every letter, grabbing every weapon that you can, and trying all these different builds that you potentially can. And this gives players a new reason to actually New Game Plus. Like, there's certain rewards you get that you can only get from the exclusivity of New Gaming. You know what I'm saying? Now, the second reason why I think that is also great is because this is kind of like a DLC and a patch update. And it's really interesting to see how they assign the New Game Plus to downloadable content, in addition to that adding a patch. And I think that's very creative. It wasn't just like, hey, here's New Game Plus, I know you guys have been waiting for it. It's, hey, we seen the feedback, we've seen the stats from the game, we have seen a lot of different players, we've seen your videos, we've seen all the content that you guys have been making, we've seen how you guys can exploit the game, we've seen all these things, and finally we want to bring you guys a strong New Game Plus system that works, that is easily exploitable. Obviously there's always going to be some exploits and some ways to cheese and all those kinds of things, and we'll always find the next meta. But the thing is, they're looking at all this stuff and making sure that they have it framed just perfectly to set it out. In addition to that, with DLC, which again, I love that they're bringing in new weapons and new enemies, new skins, new outfits, all those things, along with the New Game Plus to make it exclusive to it, all with a patch as well, where they are patching and changing certain different things. I think that's great for balancing. And the last thing is the balancing. They're balancing the different weapons and enemies. Like I did say with the Ice Musketeer, the grenades and the bosses, I think balancing that is perfect, especially now that they're adding the New Game Plus in, because if New Game Plus is going to be more difficult, there has to be some style of balancing to make it more necessary to have harder enemies with, you know, less strong weapons. So I do believe that the Ice Musketeer and some of those grenades, because they are very nice and very overpowered, might get nerfed. We shall see. Like I said, they really probably want to remove some of those cheesing strategies. Now, here's my question to you guys, and I would love to hear your comments and your opinions down below. One, do you think that this is only going to be released as just a New Game 1, New Game Plus 1? Or do you think they'll be releasing the ability to new game over and over, up to how many levels? How many levels do you think they'll be new gaming up to? My next question is, will all patches come in DLC or New Game Plus form if they will be releasing New Game Pluses by the patch? Do you think that they'll actually release each patch just as a patch as well? Or what do you guys think? I don't think that they will continue to do patches and DLC form in this way. They've already released certain other small patches as well, but with only about 2 weeks into the game and about a week out until the DLC and the New Game Plus comes out, we don't know just yet. My last question to you is, will you stock up on all of your equipment and weapons before you New Game Plus? I would like to know, and what weapons should I go ahead and find and stock up on before going into my next game? Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your feedback and comments down below. I'm always looking for ways to get better, so if you have any kind of ideas or content of which I should go ahead and use to get better, I would love to hear your feedback. Go ahead and like this video if it helped you out at all. If you enjoyed this, I really appreciate you guys hanging out in the community. I give some of the greatest information about how to understand Steelrising in Souls format. If you have not seen that and you're kind of still on your first journey through this game and you want to understand more about how to understand attributes, you need to click this video right here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here. Have a beautiful goddamn day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.